So Donald Trump was walking around one of his country clubs having somebody literally wipe off the sweat on his face while he's playing golf. He has a sweat wiper, but I guess I understand why the sweat is coming down. A new Fox poll shows Donald Trump behind in several key states. He's down in Arizona, he's down in Georgia, he's down in Nevada, and previously we reported that he's down in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania as well. Also, if you look at the changes in just the state of the race in the states like Nevada, Georgia, and Arizona, for example, since President Biden left the race, we're talking about massive 5, 8, 10-point swings away from Donald Trump now towards Vice President Kamala Harris. I can't still get over that image of Donald Trump literally having a sweat wiper. Man of the people, right? Meanwhile, Donald Trump's stock continues to crash. Take a look at this Trump media stock right there. So I want to get this straight. While the American stock market right now is up about 50% since Donald Trump stopped disgracing our great country, Donald Trump's stock is down close to 60% over the past 6 months. It went below $20 a share yesterday. And as the news is starting to permeate that Donald Trump may be starting to sell his shares soon, I think people are going to try to get out of this very, very soon. That's just my opinion about it. Also, in addition to the presidential race, I mean, the Republicans down ballot are just getting absolutely crushed. When you take a look at some of the races in the states as well, you take a look, for example, at the Arizona Senate race, Kari Lake is down 56 to 41%. You take a look at the Nevada Senate race, there the Republicans down 55 to 41%. You take a look at the North Carolina governor's race, the Republican there, who's a MAGA, is down 54 to 43%, which I think will actually bode well for the top of the ticket as well. Take a look at the front page of Drudge Report, folks. I want to give a shout out to Drudge. I think they've been spot on in their coverage. Report: Trump photo op at Arlington Cemetery turns violence. Alleged altercation with sides over filming wreath-laying ceremony. Donald Trump's team attacks staffer at the cemetery as being a mentally ill person. That's the Trump saying, oh, the cemetery staffer was mentally ill for enforcing the rules that you can't turn Arlington Cemetery into a photo op for Donald Trump. But here was J.D. Vance saying, yeah, what's the big deal? Why, who gives a crap about this altercation? Here, watch J.D. Vance.
Well, I think, first of all, the altercation at Arlington Cemetery is the media creating a story where I really don't think that there is one. There is verifiable evidence. There is verifiable evidence that the campaign was allowed to have a photographer there. There's verifiable, they were invited to have a photographer there. There's verifiable evidence that the families of these poor people who had their loved ones die 3 years ago at Abbey Road, Abbey Gate, those 13 Americans, a lot of them were there with the president. They invited him to be there and to support them. That's not an insult to the memories of their loved ones. They wanted Donald Trump there, and thank God that we have a president who stands with our veterans instead of one who runs away from them. Now
Dude, J.D. Vance is just absolutely the worst right there. More news to report as well. Donald Trump continued to make post after post yesterday. We were showing you some of these. These were some horrific ones. Donald Trump made the following post. He posted a photo of Vice President Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton, and it says, funny how blowjobs impacted both their careers differently. Then Donald Trump made a post of Vice President Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, President Biden, Hillary Clinton, Dr. Fauci, and Bill Gates in orange prison jumpsuits. And Donald Trump made multiple QAnon posts, WWG1, WGA, where we go one, we go all. That is a QAnon rallying call. Also, Donald Trump made multiple posts calling on former President Barack Obama to go before public military tribunals. You know, we've been talking about Donald Trump's behavior like that over and over again. Finally, and I mean finally, it was being reported by Chris Hayes and MSNBC. And as I said, folks, I'm okay with them putting that up. Keep up with the MeidasTouch Network, MSNBC. Keep up with us, CNN, and start reporting on what the people really care about, like the threat that Donald Trump poses, and juxtaposing that, contrasting that to what Vice President Kamala Harris is out there doing. So here yesterday was Vice President Kamala Harris speaking to children in Georgia. Watch this clip.
And in doing that, you are also role models, right? Welcome to the role model club. And being a role model, right, means that they're going to be members of your family, people who live in your neighborhood, your classmates who want you to see, oh, that's how it's done. And in that way, you are showing what hard work can achieve, what discipline can achieve, what teamwork can achieve. And that's the stuff of great leadership, all of you. And so we wanted to come by to remind you that our nation is counting on you. We're so proud of you, everything you have achieved. And I will tell you, I was in band when I was your age. So I know a little bit about how your coach knows about the players, right? And all that you all are doing, it requires a whole lot of rehearsal, a whole lot of practice, long hours, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, I think that was a very, very important moment. Here, by the way, is Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson of the United States Supreme Court. Here, Justice Jackson says that she's very concerned about the Supreme Court's ruling on absolute presidential immunity, saying that someone's above the law. It's why she dissented. Watch what a law and order justice looks and sounds like. Play this clip.
In your dissent, you wrote that the court declared for the first time in history that the most powerful official in the United States can, under circumstances yet to be fully determined, become a law unto himself. It sounds like a warning.
Well, I mean, that was my view of what the court determined.
You were concerned about broad immunity.
I was concerned about a system that appeared to provide immunity for one individual under one set of circumstances, when we have a criminal justice system that had ordinarily treated everyone the same.
Are you prepared that this election could end up before the Supreme Court?
As prepared as anyone can be. Let me ask you, are you prepared for all of the news cycles that you're getting as a result of this election?
No.
No, exactly. I mean, I think there are legal issues that arise out of the political process. And so the Supreme Court has to be prepared to respond if that should be necessary.
Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workout, sleep, and even stress management. That's why I love it. All you have to do is you breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on in your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. Then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. You can also breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time. And Lumen will give you tips to keep you on top of your health game. Your metabolism is your body's engine. It's how your body turns the food you eat into fuel that keeps you going. Because your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does, optimal metabolic health translates to a bunch of benefits, including easier weight management, improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep, etc. Lumen gives you recommendations to improve your metabolic health. It can also track your cycle as well as the onset of menopause and adjust your recommendations to keep your metabolism healthy through hormonal shifts, so you can keep up your energy and stave off cravings. Look, I love Lumen, and I know you will too. So if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to Lumen, lumen.me/Meidas to get 15% off your Lumen. That is lumen.me/Meidas for 15% off your purchase. One more time, go to lumen.me/Meidas, lumen.me/Meidas, and get 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode. Or you can compare that to Donald Trump making posts like a petulant 3-year-old, no offense to petulant 3-year-olds, of Jack Smith with horns on his head. Yeah, that's what Donald Trump is doing, posting Jack Smith with horns on his head. Also, did you see the incredible speech yesterday by Governor Walz? Well, we covered it here on the MeidasTouch network while Fox cut away from it and other corporate media was not broadcasting it. We had it here on the MeidasTouch network. I'll show you one of the moments, my favorite moments of the speech, where Governor Walz addressed the Firefighters Union Conference in Boston. Play this clip.
It was you who built the middle class. And we know that when unions are strong, America's strong. Look, this is the time of year that talk is cheap. But that's why Vice President Harris is proudly part of the most pro-labor administration in history, unafraid to walk picket lines with workers demanding better pay and conditions. And that's why she rescued pensions of more than 1 million of our union sisters and brothers, workers and retirees, and insisted that prevailing wage jobs spring from federal investments. It's your construction brothers and sisters know that one. It's that same spirit that animated my fight for labor in Minnesota. As governor, I signed the biggest packages of pro-worker policies in history into law, making it easier for workers to form unions, strengthening worker protections, and banning captive audience meetings. Today, Minnesota is one of the best states for workers in the nation. And guess what? It's one of the best states for business. You don't have to choose between protecting workers and protecting business. They go hand in hand. That's Vice President's and my vision for the entire country. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, they have something a little different in mind. The only thing these guys know about working people is how to take advantage of them, how to not pay them. Every single chance they've gotten, they've waged a war on workers and the ability to collectively bargain. When it comes to so-called right-to-work laws that deprive unions of funds they need, Donald Trump has said he supports right to work 100%. Everybody in this room knows right to work means right to work for less, right to work more dangerously, right to work for no pensions. It doesn't mean the ability to collectively bargain to fight with the dignity that work brings to each and every one of us.
I thought that was a great moment right there. Thought it's also notable, you take a look at Florida's 13th congressional district, and take a look here, Anna Paulina Luna, one of the MAGA, she's like, in my view, very George Santo-esque, like in the sense that she has different names, and she was like a MAGA model before, and she does all the performative AR-15 stuff. She's losing by 4 in that Republican district. When I told you about Donald Trump's stock, I also think it's worth comparing it to the United States stock, to the Dow Jones, which is significantly which, as I said, was up 55%. Melania made this weird post that I talked about in a video yesterday. She goes, "New York City captivated my heart the moment I arrived 28 years ago. This electrifying town isn't just my home. It's a colorful canvas where dreams come alive. New York's iconic skyline and vibrant culture inspire me every day." But Melania, I thought Donald Trump calls it a shithole. Doesn't Donald Trump and all the MAGA say New York's the worst place ever? And also, why are you posting that? What does it even mean? This is like a very random thing for her to say. Well, I guess as I talked about yesterday, Donald Trump's made post after post after post of photographs of Alina Habba. So I don't know what to make of that, but you can decide that one, of course. Other news to report from yesterday and over the past 24, 48 hours, in addition to Donald Trump making those completely unhinged and just ridiculous posts that I was talking about, you also have Vice President Kamala Harris coming up with, I thought, a new incredible ad that's airing in swing states. Let me show you this. Let's play it.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Yeah, I thought that was very powerful. And by the way, have you seen the latest Midas short that's going mega viral? Here it is.
We will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it. You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir.
Is someone you're thinking of hiring promising things that sound too good to be true?
I could stop wars with a telephone call.
Do their facts and figures not add up?
Actually, beyond a number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that, but...
Does the candidate seem self-absorbed?
People have come up to me and they say, Sir, thank you. Sir, thank you. Sir, I want to thank you. You've made me a hero to my wife and to my family.
In all likelihood, you've encountered the malignant narcissist. Malignant narcissism is a severe personality disorder that pairs the self-absorbed behavior of narcissists with the unfeeling manipulation of sociopaths. Unlike those who simply enjoy recognition from their peers, the malignant narcissist is driven by a desire to dominate for personal gain. And there are red flags you can look out for. Like, do they have an unrealistic view of their own importance?
I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
Do they only regard other people as tools for personal gain?
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Do they lack empathy, even for children?
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here. I think she really believed me that I love having a baby crying while I'm speaking.
Do they speak with an excessive use of superlatives?
Who are the best and who are the worst? Best, the worst, biggest, lowest, best. I find it to be about the worst.
If the candidate you're interviewing exhibits some or all of these red flags, trust your instincts and show them the door. Your organization deserves an employee that can lead with integrity and respect. Stay vigilant. Look for the red flags.
Well, folks, tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thank you for actually getting us to 3 million subscribers together. I'll have to rework that ending now that we're at 3 million subs. Thank you for helping us get to 3 million. Have a great one.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.